Life is hard, so we need to give ourselves a little grace.
Founder of LEFA Collective, Lexie is joining us now to share how we can grow through grief. Welcome, Lexie. We're so happy to have you.
I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Lexie, you're one of my good friends. I've been watching you on social media. You've gone through some challenges the last couple years, and I've been so inspired with the way that you have handled them and turned them into something that can help others. Can you share with us a little bit about what your journey has been like?
Yes, thank you so much. That's so flattering. I have dealt with different forms of grief, and honestly, we all have. Everyone's story is different, whether it's rejection or change of expectations. I have a brother with special needs, and so that has brought like a lot of different grief that you don't really expect. And then I got sick on my mission, like had to come home early, and then I got divorced. So like I'm familiar to grief, but honestly everyone is. Like everyone has changes of expectations, and so it's a topic that I'm really passionate about because I want to help people to navigate that and not bury it, not push it down, and process it so that they can live better, healthier lives.
There's so many different types of grief.
So many.
And I like that we're using the word grief for those different experiences, because within maybe getting sick and not having the experience you thought you were going to have on your mission, or with getting divorced, I mean, that's a big life redirect. That's a lot to wrap our heads around, our emotions around. So what is it that you wanted to heal with? It was journaling, and what were you finding?
So I got gifted a journal by my cousin. She just showed up, dropped it on my porch to support me. And I, for the first time ever, journaled without this filter, because I think journaling in the past, I'd be like, my great-great-granddaughter is gonna read this someday and I need to be perfect because I'm perfect girl. And that's how we journal. This is like my heritage, basically. And for the first time, I just wrote, I am so sad, I am so alone, and I wrote everything that I was feeling. And that like mind wiring crazy feeling that sometimes we feel when we're so overwhelmed, it was gone. And I was like, wow, I don't feel crazy. So,
well, and you share that this became a non-negotiable for you, to wake up and do certain things every day that helped you feel a little better. Can you explain what were some of those non-negotiables?
Yeah, so I was so sad at the beginning of my divorce. It was so hard to get out of bed, but I knew that I had to show up for my life because I was the only one that could do it. So whether you're showing up for yourself or for your kids, like in the depths of grief, I knew I had to show up. And even if I was just shuffling, falling forward, that's forward movement. So I set 3 non-negotiables with myself. I needed to get out of bed and brush my teeth every day. I needed to drink water, and I needed to show up the very best I could for work every day. So those were my 3 non-negotiables, and if I did that, I felt so good. Like I did today, I won today. And as I got better and as time went on, I added like do daily movement, like eat a certain amount of grams of protein. So setting those like little non-negotiables to help yourself show up, because those tiny movements will help you grow.
Yeah, those little things when you are that low, feel like that's all you can do. I just got a lump in my throat listening to you talk. I went through a divorce in 2017, and I know exactly the way you describe it. I remember what that felt like. You don't even think you can get out of it. I love that you have turned this into something beautiful. I love that you're being transparent, and you've come up with your own journal. Will you talk about that and the prompts you've created?
Yes, so I created this journal going through grief, and this is like for everyone, like I said, whether you're in therapy processing childhood trauma and you're like, wait, hold on, like I need to process some of this, whether it's the loss of a job, the loss of a child, divorce, anyone can use this journal.
Well, and you were so thoughtful about every single detail of this journal. Talk to us a little bit, maybe open the pages and show people, it's beautiful, it's bright and happy.
It's very bright and happy because the work that you're going to be doing in this is heavy, dark, deep stuff. And so I wanted it to be like a moment of sunshine. So you can totally customize everything, and you don't have to go in order. You can just find a prompt that works for you. Each prompt is different, and for like general grief, there's these affirmation pages so that you can like remember, you know, that hope to keep going. There's these list pages in here for those days that you know you need to journal, but you just like don't have the energy. You just read the prompt and jot down the list. And then there's also therapy worksheets in here too. Let me find one, because when I was in therapy, after my divorce, I just was mind blown. Like, why are we not taught this in school? Why does not everyone have access to this? So I specifically put therapy worksheets in here so that you can process and go through all of these really hard emotions at home.
I love that you have created this. You are going to continue to help so many people by sharing your story, reminding us that, you know, we're all much more alike than not. Savvy, you know the best people.
Right? I'm sitting here thinking I'm just grateful to have you in my life and
well,
being
and
such a
we've
light.
just been connected by like such random things. So I'm so grateful for that, like how the universe puts people in your path to to go forward. And this makes the best sympathy gift. So if you have someone who has lost a loved one or who has gone through a divorce, sometimes you just show up with cookies because that's all. Like, hi, you got divorced, here's some cookies.
Lexie, how can we get our hands on one of these?
So you can get this at LEFAcollective.com, and you can get 10% off with the code GOODTHINGS. And that is the best value because we have free shipping on the site right now. So whether you want this for you or you want the bundle to gift to a friend, it's just the best.
Follow
There you go.
her, grow with her. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. You're amazing. All right, up next we are